Hey there, you guys. Welcome to the Lily Pad Podcast. Okay, so I'm really not sure why I always break into song when I'm singing that or when I'm, introducing the show. But, breaking into song's never a bad thing. I mean, even if it is me, someone who can't, hold a note. That's not true. I sing beautifully. I know. It's a gift, but I won't quit my day job. That's for sure. Wait. I actually don't have a day job. That's an entirely different conversation, but we're going to get into what's happening right now. And right now, it's Christmas. And I'm really excited because we have a nice meal planned. One person is coming over, John. He will be with us in a little while. He's part of our immediate circle, someone that we see on a regular basis. But other than that, that's it. My brother and his family usually comes over, but we can't do it this year for obvious global reasons, but that's all right. That's okay. Next year, we're gonna hopefully be back to normal. So I hope you guys have had a great day so far. I have. I slept until 10, and I opened a few presents with Ma Dukes. I am very fortunate that I live with my mom because she's awesome. I mean, it's everybody who knows my mother will agree that she is just such a wonderful person. I am truly blessed, truly, truly blessed. I don't know what I did to have a mother like her, but I am fortunate. And so we always have fun together. We, like I said, opened some presents. We had just a teeny tiny lunch around noontime because that's when I can start eating again. Which brings me to a fasting update. And before we go to the break, I'm just going to let you guys know. Let's see, it's December 25th. So I'm going to consider this my last official weight loss update until the new year because I need to go back to more of a stricter and hardcore schedule. I haven't broken fast. Well, actually, that's a lie. I broke it yesterday. I started eating before noon, but it was 11:30, so it wasn't that bad. But I have released 60 pounds since June 14th. So very happy about that. It's been a long time since I've been on a weight loss plan. And I'm not dieting. Sorry. I kind of say things so quickly that my words don't sound right. I don't like the word diet because everybody knows it's one of those things where you can't have something, then you want it 100 times more than you did before. But with the fasting, intermittent fasting, I have a certain window that I eat, and then the other window, it's fasting. So I do monitor how much food I eat. Typically, I really monitor what I eat, but the holidays were here, and I may or may not have made a boatload of candy for people and made sure it was delicious, so therefore I tasted it here and there. But I don't typically eat that much candy anymore because it's just a lot of sugar. It's delicious, but it's not my normal eating items. Anyway, so, but I've been, like I said, I haven't been eating a crazy amount of food. It's just some of the foods I've been eating are things that I don't normally do anymore. So, I mean, I've been enjoying myself. I'm not going to lie. But January 1, it's back to eliminating certain things. And I'm going to give myself a break from the candies and the cookies and the chips and the bread and the pastas. I have chickpea pasta and like plant-based pasta, protein pastas, things like that. Like I'll eat those, but I'm not going to go with the regular pastas for a little bit, unless it's homemade, because I made homemade pasta. Well, my mom and I made homemade pasta just last weekend. So I saw this really cute red pasta maker on Amazon and I bought it. Super cute. And it turns out we already had a pasta maker. So now we have two. But anyway, last week we made homemade pasta. And I'm not going to get into details with that, but I will when we come back. So don't go anywhere. You're listening to the Lily Pad Podcast. We'll be right back.
traveling through wasted time. Think of how I will rewrite every single song.
Welcome back to the Lily Pad podcast. My name is April, your host. So I was talking about chocolates and pasta last segment, and I never mentioned what I actually made of each. So we're going to get into that right now. So as far as the chocolates that I made, I got creative this year. I did a smaller batch weeks ago to see how everything came out, and it worked out pretty well. So my second round of purchasing involved the same items, which was dark chocolate wafers and milk chocolate wafers for melting. I bought 5 pounds of each type of chocolate. I had gift boxes, little gift bags. I bought more cashews. I bought more ingredients, or actually I think I still had the same ingredients from the first run to make homemade caramel. What else did I do? Oh, I had Oreos and sprinkles. So I did milk chocolate and dark chocolate covered Oreos, some with or without sprinkles, depended. You know, some of the families in my neighborhood have kids, so I put sprinkles on theirs and stuff. And I did same thing with the cashews, not sprinkles, just dark and milk chocolate. Made a bunch of those. Oh, I had pretzels. I did chocolate covered pretzels. Those were a hit. No shock there, because I love chocolate covered pretzels. The Oreos weren't too shabby. I'm not going to lie. Let's see. Then I chocolate covered cashews. I made, wait for it, homemade peanut butter cups. They were delicious. I did dark and milk chocolate. I still have to perfect them. The first time I made them, they were too gigantic and they weren't completely, the peanut butter wasn't completely encased around the edges with chocolate. So they were a little on the messier side. They tasted good. So I made them more like Reese peanut butter cups, you know, in the little brown, those little brown paper cup things. You put the little bottom layer of chocolate and the peanut butter and then the top layer. So my only thing is that maybe a little more peanut butter could have been put in them, but they were still really good. So those were a hit as well. And the caramel, so the first time I made caramel, I didn't get it hot enough. You have to get it at minimum 240 degrees. At least that's where I read. That's what I see mostly when I do some reading about it. I didn't have a candy thermometer, so I really couldn't tell if it had reached 240. It didn't, clearly, because the caramel didn't have the look that I wanted. It tasted delicious. It was a softer caramel, so I'm thinking I probably got it up to maybe 230. And I bought a candy thermometer, so I had it for this time. And I definitely got it to 240, but something happened the second I put the vanilla in. So you put your ingredients in and you do the boil until it gets to the right temp. You throw the vanilla in, you take it off the heat. So I think when I saw it go to 240 and I went to get the vanilla to put it in, I swear to God, I think it got at least 5 degrees hotter within those few seconds, which I wouldn't be surprised because sugar burns and cooks that. It can cook really, really hot and fast. So I took it off the heat. It definitely had that caramel color and it smelled unbelievable. But the second it cooled off, it turned hard as a rock. And when I say hard as a rock, I think of like peanut brittle. So I didn't ruin it. It just wasn't the consistency that I wanted, because I wanted to do the chocolate covered caramels. I did those the first time I made candy, and they weren't very good. So I think for that kind of candy, I might go with a little less of the 240, a little shy, I should say. So I think next time I make caramel, I'll do it to like the 230, take it off the heat so it stays soft. Because my thing is this, not everybody has strong or healthy teeth. And I don't mean that saying that they're an unhealthy person, just some people have problems with their teeth. I don't want to take a chance at creating a problem by somebody biting into the brittle and maybe cracking a tooth. So I decided to be the martyr, and I kept all of those particular candies home here with me, and I have been enjoying them every day. But they are super crunchy, so I have to work on the caramel. So let's get on with the pasta. So if you've never made pasta, it's really not that difficult. If you have, then you know what I'm talking about. And there's plenty of videos out there. If you're not sure what you're doing, you can check it out. I mean, even I checked it out. I love watching videos about things before I actually do something to see if there's a technique out there that I've never tried. But pasta is pretty basic. You got your flour, make your little indentation, make it look like a volcano, plop the eggs in there. There's we use a little water, because the first time we made the pasta, we didn't put any water in it, and it started to dry too quickly. So you don't need a lot of water. It's just enough to add a little bit of moisture to that dough. And then we use the brand new red, super cute pasta maker that I bought on Amazon. And it turns out that we already have a pasta maker. So now we have two, which I'm fine with. So we made ravioli. We made the ricotta, sausage, and butternut squash. So 3 types, and super easy to make. A lot easier than I thought. So we had a rainbow stamp. I don't know why I was just going to say a rainbow stamp. A ravioli cutter, small, the circle, kind of like a mini ravioli. And we had this. My mother breaks out this thing. I don't even know what it's called, but it looks like it's brass, and it's heavy. It's pretty heavy. It's got this little handle and this little roll thingy at the end. It looks like zigzag. So you just kind of roll it over the dough, and it makes the zigzag markings. Super cool. I used it. I love it. So we did the raviolis. Ricotta, super easy. My mother loves this little Italian grandmother. She's on YouTube. I don't know her name. I'll have to find out. And she was doing her pasta, and she had said every pound of ricotta you use 1 egg. So the container we bought, actually I bought 2 containers, and the one container goes a long way. The container we bought was a 2-pounder, so we got 2 eggs. So I threw the ricotta in a big mixing bowl, the 2 eggs. I threw parsley in there, for color. And I decided I wanted more cheese in there because, you don't want to just have ricotta. I love that cheese, but it's on the milder side when it comes to, flavor. So, hell's yeah, I had to put Parmesan and mozzarella in there. So it's like a 3-cheese ravioli. As far as measurements, I am not good at notating that. So if I had to put a guess on how much Parmesan cheese I put, I would say about maybe 2 cups. It's a lot, I know, but it's good. And I don't know, maybe 1.5 cups. See, I'm not sure. Mozzarella, definitely, at least it was 2 cups at least. And I was kind of, looking at it and saying, okay, I might need more of this, and that was it. You mix it all up, put it in the fridge, let it sit for a minute. I got sweet Italian sausages, took them out of the casing, sauteed them with some garlic and onion, and dried chopped onion, and sauteed that till it was good and cooked. Took any excess oil out. Now this was a thing. We made a couple of testers and it was delicious, but I wanted the sausage to be a little more blended, but not a puree. That's just blech. So we have one of these mini food processors. We put the sausage in there. We press the button literally 3 seconds. It just gave it that extra grind that we needed. And so you have your sausage meat. And you let that cool off too, because everything that you put in the raviolis, you don't want it hot or warm because it's going on fresh dough. The butternut squash, super easy. While I was making the ricotta and the sausage, I had the squash roasting, baking in the oven. Pinch of salt and pepper, that's it. Once you can put your fork through it, it's soft enough, take it out, scoop it out of the skin if it's not a skinned one or whatever they call it. Throw it in a bowl and in a skillet. Oh, I should have opened up that recipe on my phone, but I'm not going to because my phone is right here. Oops. And that's me hitting the microphone because that always happens. It's a Pinterest. I got it on Pinterest. Anyway, butternut squash, one whole one. And you have heavy cream, brown sugar, garlic, butter, oil, I think. I had to look it up. And you have a lot of that stuff sauteing in your pan. And then you add your squash to it. And you mix it all up. Oh, I'm sorry. I skipped a huge step. Before you even put it in the skillet, you have to put it in the food processor to puree it. This wasn't a total puree, but it was pretty close. It was nice and, it was definitely mixed, blended. So you put that in the skillet, mix it all up, get it nice and hot. Then you have to let that cool, like completely cool. And then you're ready to start building. So I wanted to have the fillings all ready before I started making the actual pasta itself. Well, the dough was made, but making the actual pasta. So we started cutting up the dough, spun it through the pasta maker. So much fun. And I even bought a pasta drying rack. It's the cutest thing. You just drape your pasta over, let it dry. But you don't, well, here's the thing. Making raviolis, you want to make sure you have a few people helping you with this because, excuse me, when you're making the raviolis, it does take time. You got to, take the pasta and shape it a little bit. Put your cheese in. If you don't have the molds, it's okay. You don't need the molds. But if you prefer them, then, use them. You put your filling. Make sure it's not too much because you have to seal it on the edges. So you have to be mindful of that. And then once I sealed it with that little ravioli cutter, I kind of did another squeeze around the edges with my fingers to make it look like it had a little bit of a ridge. Now, a trick for pasta to get it to stick together is just water. So I laid the pasta out, put the filling in, and then I had a little thing of water just next to me. I dabbed my finger in it and kind of made I did the edges in between the raviolis, and then I put the top piece on and press down. It helps it to stick. It's kind of like a glue. And you don't need a lot. You just dab your finger in and kind of like you're finger painting on the dough, just so that there's a little bit of adhesive there. So we did that, and then we put them in another room to do a little bit of drying, because that's when you can let the pasta dry out a little bit. We've made fettuccine. That came out pretty good. After the ricotta, we did the sausage raviolis. Same process, and the butternut squash. I think I could have used some maybe cinnamon in the butternut squash, but it was really tasty because these raviolis were a gift for some friends. And when I brought them over last week or this week, he tested some of them out. And Jeff, your brown butter and fresh garlic sauce is the bomb. Sorry. He knows that already, but now I had to say it again. Delish. Absolutely delish. I plan on making more pasta. Oh, we made bow ties as well. Bow ties. Those were fun. Just, flat noodle. I did that rolly thing for the zigzag on the edges. And I was trying to figure out how I was going to, pinch the middle. And I didn't want to use my fingers. So I took chopsticks and I did kind of like this little pinch there. And it worked perfectly. That was my pasta adventure. So I can't wait to, oh my goodness, my phone is blowing up. Oh. Anyway, so yeah, I had a great time doing that. And it was wonderful bringing a homemade gift like that. Oh, but let me tell you the funny part about this. So I sent my friend Jen a bunch of the pictures of all of the, the kitchen when we made the pasta that day, like, everything. And I posted them on my Instagram, so go check it out, the Lily Pad Podcast. You'll find me. So I send it off, and then I look at my phone closer and realize that I sent those pictures to the person I was actually giving the pasta to the next day. My heart was broken. I almost started to cry because I was so mad at myself for being careless. So after I sent him those pictures, I said, oh, great, I just ruined everything. Jeff thought my comment meant that I dropped everything on the floor. I'm kind of happy that he didn't know that right away. And then I said, no, that's not what I meant. And then he realized that those were his presents. All of those raviolis were going to him. So fortunately, he was still, super excited to get them. So even though I ruined it for myself, the surprise there, he still was looking forward to them. But yeah, that's what I did. So be mindful of when you send your text messages, people. Make sure you send it to the right person. Those are my words of wisdom. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.
Of eternity, 7 days in another country. Every cell screams, stay right here, and my legs, they freeze us in fear. We got time after this, but I'll need you as my brightest light, even in the darkest night. You shine so bright. Can someone make this disappear? I'm having a crisis down here. See you, I lose my mind. I like to be with you all my time, and I miss you so much the pain won't stop. It's the only thing I think about, it is a lot. Every cell screams get back home. Every day is so, so long. We got time after this, but I need you as my brightest light, even in the darkest night. I'm at an all-time low. I need you to be here tonight, addicted to your glowing light. You shine so bright.
Hey there, you guys. Welcome back to the show. My name is April, and this is the Lily Pad Podcast. So I talked, what did I say? Pasta and chocolate last segment? Yum. Speaking of which, I would love to have a piece of chocolate right now, but I'm busy. I'll do it later. So I want to say there wasn't a whole lot of gift exchanging this year. It was kind of down to a minimum. And a couple of friends of mine, Jeff and Spencer, we were talking about presents, and Jeff and I were like, oh, let's make our gifts this year. So that's why I made them pasta. So in lieu of everything I had been making, like candy and stuff like that, I was talking to Jeff about cake decorating things, or, getting creative next year with like designs and stuff. So one of the things he got for me was a package of those disposable cake bag things that where you put the frosting or filling in, and it got this whole set of the different little tips that go on, to make different designs. So that was really cool. But they made me this really beautiful collage of our friendship, and I absolutely love it. It's huge. I know exactly where it's going to go down here. I kind of have to do some rearranging again. I'm looking around thinking I want to update, what's around. So that is definitely coming down here in the studio, and it's going to be put in its spot shortly. Absolutely love that. John gave my mom an indoor smokeless grill, but he said it was kind of for the two of us. He knows I'm going to probably get a lot of use out of it, and it's awesome. I can't wait to try it. I'm going to go out next week and buy a nice big steak, a good steak, and we're going to actually grill asparagus on it too. Love grilled vegetables. So, it was just, I got some useful presents this year, which is perfect for me. I like things that I can use. So I'm going to keep this little blurb short. Hope you guys are doing well. I hope you guys have plans for New Year's. Hopefully it's going to be safe and everybody has a good time. Kind of lost my thought there. For me, New Year's, I am going to make, it's not really a new resolution. It's kind of a promise to myself to continue something I've already been doing this year. So a little update on the intermittent fasting. I have released 60 pounds this year. Very happy about that. Next year, my goal will be 60 plus. And I know I can do that. So can't wait to jump on that challenge and to continue the lifestyle I've been doing. So next week, New Year's Day, noontime, I will be at Salisbury Beach, on the beach, watching a handful of people, mostly lifeguards, Salisbury lifeguards. They're going to do a polar plunge, which they've been doing for years. My cousin Derek is one of these crazy bastards. No, I'm kidding. A lot of people around the world do this, and I've always watched videos, and I like watching them. I think, like I said, watching them do that makes me very cold, but they are fun to see because, those people jump in that water and they get right out. But I've never seen it kind of, up close and personal. So next week, that's where I'll be. Social distancing, of course. My cousin, he's a photographer as well. He's going to have his drone flying around. So I'm going to have that link included after I post the Facebook Live. I'll make sure that that's included in there so you can get the aerial view, because Derek is phenomenal with a camera and he's phenomenal with a drone. So it is going to be very exciting. I'm going to use this as kind of like a great way to start 2021. Doing something exciting and something that's going to make me smile. So I'm going to leave you with a motivational type of quote here. I like to do that sometimes. I've been trying to do it with every show. And I hope you all stay safe and stay healthy and, stay strong, knowing that we're going to get better, and 2021 is going to be a better year. Our dreams can come true. Totally getting mushy. Sorry. But if you stay focused and you stay motivated, dreams can come true. And that kind of leads me into my little quote here. Her name is Susie Kasem. Hopefully I said her name correctly. The quote is this: "Doubt kills more dreams than failure ever will." Very true, and it really is something to think about. Doubt kills more dreams than failure ever will. Have a great rest of your day, and we'll be seeing you on the Lily Pad.